Welcome back to the channel, guys. I've got a good one for you today. Today I'm bringing you guys two of my champions. So you guys will actually be seeing two of the champions from my channel who actually rented the Tamboli one-bedroom condo here at Tamboli Resort that I did a video on about a week and a half ago. So again, they came here, they rented it, so you guys are going to be introduced to them here shortly. So again, get prepared for Martha and Patrick. Enjoy. And to all my champions, you guys are the greatest. And if you have not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Let me know I'm doing a good job. Also hit that little like button as well. But sit back and then relax and enjoy the show.
Okay, hi, my name is Martha Coot. I'm from Mexico.
My name is Patrick Coot, and I am from Arizona in the United States.
All right, well actually they are two of our champions here, guys. So two of my subscribers that have watched my channel from the beginning, and I am so happy to have them here today. We're going to start off with some general questions. Again, you heard that Martha was from Mexico. We're going to get some generalization as far as comparisons between Mexico and the Philippines. And we're going to ask about their travel habits as far as why are they actually here in the Philippines? Things of that nature. So again, we'll start there. How many trips have you been to the Philippines?
This is our second trip.
Second trip? How long were you here on the first trip?
First trip, we were here for 1 month.
1 month?
Yes, last August and September. And we originally came, some friends of ours retired here.
Okay.
And we had told them when they moved back here, my friend's wife is from the Philippines, we would come visit him and her. And that's how we originally came last year. We loved it so much. We loved the people. We decided to come back. This time we've been here, I think about 11 weeks.
11 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of things have you been doing this 11 weeks? And what do you say was the best thing you've actually done since you've been here in the Philippines in 11 weeks?
Well,
For me, is El Nido.
El Nido?
Yeah, I love El Nido. When we were here last August, September,
Okay.
we went to Ziggyhor, and I love Ziggyhor.
So much to do there. Actually, I went there about 3 weeks ago. We went on 8 excursions in one day. The top 8 places to see in Siquijor. It was an amazing trip. So you like Siquijor, but El Nido is probably your favorite?
Yeah, well, right now it's my best.
Why is El Nido your favorite place? Is it because of the beaches or the scenery? Or?
Oh, the lagoons, the water everywhere is so clear, so beautiful, and everything is like a lot of big trees.
Yes.
Which I love the big trees, mangoes, coconuts. Oh, I love them. Yeah, they have so many fruits, so we need to taste them.
Now, what's your favorite things, Patrick, since you've been here?
well, we've done quite a few things. One thing, we went to Camotes. We went to about 5 caves that have the pools, in the caves. It's like that beautiful bluish green.
Yes.
Clear, just beautiful. We love doing that.
Are there any bats in there?
Well, we didn't. I know there's bats in some of them, but I don't think we really experienced.
You didn't experience that?
Yeah.
We saw some in last cave that we went on September.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it wasn't. Oh,
Here.
that I think that was a different one though. But the one in Camotes, we didn't.
Okay.
And they have a lot of them caves there, just beautiful. We're not talking caves where you need ropes to climb down. You can walk down and then you swim, and then it is wonderful. And then of course I like El Nido and Coron, and they're both similar. They're not that far apart. They're both in Palawan, and we snorkel. Neither one of us was into snorkeling before. My wife had never experienced that. She didn't even like getting into the water before. Now she loves snorkeling. We went to Apo Island and spent time looking at the turtles there, snorkeling, and they're right there. The turtles are right there. They have their feeding grounds, and we can just watch them, and all the different corals. There's so much.
Yeah.
It's so wonderful and beautiful. And one of the things about the Mactan Island is we have the private beach here, you do have snorkeling close by. You have access to a lot of that. Yet, we have Cebu City that's close by if you need something.
Yeah, it's
you
a
have the large
45-minute ride, guys. But it's good that he's going in this direction, because what my next question was going to be, they've actually been staying here at Tomboli for 1 week. I want to get your thoughts. Again, this is a property I showed on my channel, and you guys saw it, and you fell in love with it, and you actually moved in here and got a 1 month lease. What are your thoughts so far, being here for 1 week?
Well, this is my favorite place. No, it's not because it's not because the video that we're doing, but for me it's the best, because we have been in some that it has a bedroom and a kitchen, and some of them I didn't like it because that, a lot of little animals I don't like. But here, oh, this is my favorite.
Your favorite? What about you? What are your thoughts on it after a week?
Oh, after a week, we travel. We have a large RV. We travel in the States, and then we spend time in Mexico because my wife is from Mexico. In the States, we travel around, see our kids, and Philippines is now part of our life. We're putting that in our travel plan, so we plan on being here 5-6 months out of the year. And it always comes back to me. I love this place. I would love to have this. The only thing is, I think, geez, we're only here 6 months.
Correct.
And so it's kind of like, well, and there's no way I could buy something. My wife would never allow me to rent it out.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
But-
we were talking about that this morning.
Right,
Exactly.
But we love this place so much. When we come back, we need to have something like this place as a home base,
Yeah.
because we've been in many different places. This feels like home. It has everything. It is so beautiful. The trees, you have these trees that arch over the road, and it's just beautiful. The pools, the beach access, it's just unbelievable.
And then the people here is so nice.
Yes,
Probably good service, probably as well.
real good
Very
service.
good service, and then they have guards everywhere, and then they check you, and there's very secure.
Yeah, I
Very
actually had a
secure.
hard time getting in today to come see you.
And what I found in general, the Philippines is safe.
Yes.
Yes.
Everywhere there's always criminal activity.
Doesn't matter where you're at in the world.
Doesn't matter where you're at. But I'll tell you, the Philippines, I feel safe walking down the road. Even if it's in a place that doesn't look like it's been upkept.
Correct.
We still feel safe. We don't, and also, there's always guards.
Correct.
You know,
Especially here.
even
yes.
here and even outside. Stores and other places. You always have guards.
Correct.
Everybody's always willing to help. Always. If you got questions, you need something. The Filipinos are the friendliest and most helpful people.
That's a big part of the reason I'm actually here, is for the exact same reason. The people, I fell in love with them within the first 2 weeks of being here. And I knew right away this is where I was going to call home. Not knowing, because I've never been to Southeast Asia, never been to Asia at all. So again, I moved here, sold everything, and took a chance. And this so happens it worked out well for me.
Right.
So I want to get to that part as well. If you guys were to look at the Philippines, now you're looking to inhabit a part of your yearly routine into adding the Philippines to that.
Yes.
And a big part of that. What are the pros and cons here? What makes you choose to add the Philippines to that itinerary? What are the pros and cons? Like if you look at the Philippines as a whole, we know you guys said the people. What other pros does it have? And what are some of the cons that that could come up, if you have any cons?
Yeah, there's a few cons. I'll let my wife go first. I'm sure she has some thoughts, and I have mine.
Okay.
Oh, well, I think that, the living here is cheaper.
Living here is cheaper, so that's actually a pro.
Yeah.
Oh, very inexpensive.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very inexpensive and it's very good, but sometimes it's very hard for me because my food, I'm very picky eating. But I always find something to eat everywhere. I mean, here or there. It's very hard, but I find something.
Do you like either the Filipino food or do you like having the Western food here? Like, the restaurants like, for example, TGI Fridays, Texas Roadhouse. Now, again, they don't have them out here in Lapu-Lapu, but again, those are your choices. I'm trying to get to understand that. Do you prefer the Western foods from those restaurants, or are you starting to get used to the Filipino restaurants?
To be honest, I don't like.
You don't like it? That's okay.
Yeah.
No, be honest.
So that's a con. That's a pretty big con for you.
It's because I'm very picky, and then I have a diet with low carbs and
No sugar.
No sugar.
in my diet, so I'm like, it's very hard because everything is made with gravy, flour, or
Fried.
And sugar.
Correct.
They always put.
And sugar.
They put additional
Oh
sugar.
No sugar.
God,
Now, again,
yeah.
I'm bad about that because actually I love mango shakes, and they always ask me if I want it the plain or if I want sugar, and I always tell them to add sugar because I love mango shakes.
That's the only thing, but in general, it's.
So that's when your only con is the food?
No, but I'm like, it's where I'm very concerned. The sugar and the food.
Correct. Is that the only con you have here in the Philippines? Is the food though? Is it the only one?
No. What do you mean the only kind?
The only con, like the only thing that's a negative about the Philippines. You're saying the food. Do you have any other negatives?
No. What else is negative?
Sometimes the communication with you.
Yeah, because the accent, well, with me, sometimes even for him, it's very hard, but that's it for me. I don't know.
Okay. What about you? What's your kind of cons you have?
Well, things move a little slower here,
Most definitely.
but it is good in a sense that it teaches me patience, and I'm a lot more patient now, and I don't get upset at the people here. They move at their own pace, and it's taught me patience. So it's been very good for me. Here they have what's called Filipino time.
That's correct.
Of course, I'm somewhat used to it because of Mexican time. They're very similar. The difference is Filipino time can just mean sometime in the future. Mexican time's a little different. If they say 4 o'clock, if it's 4:59, it's still 4 o'clock. But
They're an hour late.
But it's still, there's usually a limit, and Filipino time is kind of, it can be farther in the future, but things move a little slow. But that's not a real.
Not a real con.
It's not a big thing. I can eat just about anything.
Okay.
I don't have a specific diet. The con with food, of course, is with my wife. Usually, we do go to Texas Roadhouse,
Correct.
or Chili's. If we have a hard time finding another decent restaurant, we can always go
Gotcha.
to those, and then she'll pick something like salmon or
A safe pick.
safe pick, and we know what it is. Sometimes at a Filipino restaurant, you have to be real specific. When you order something, most will repeat the order back.
Correct. The good waiters and waitresses.
The good way, but if they don't, you need to make sure. And also, like my wife has to tell them, don't add sugar.
Okay.
Because if it's in some type of Asian dish, sometimes they add sugar, but she has to tell them, don't add this on certain. If there's a sandwich, don't add extra.
Okay.
Because at times they'll just kind of slather.
Which
any other negatives you can think of?
in some places we found some issues with the power.
So brownouts.
Yeah, that's
actually a standard thing here.
Yeah.
I've been here in Cebu City now for 17 months. I've never had a brownout. Again, it may have been for the fact that my building that I lived in had a generator. Mm-hmm. But again, it's kind of minimized here in Cebu City. It can be like Siquijor. Mm-hmm. I've heard that's one of the main hubs for having brownouts.
Yeah, we haven't really had a problem here because usually a place like this they have generators.
Correct.
Yeah.
We went to Camotes. We had planned on spending a week there, but I still do some work. And after about 3 days, it would go down at least a couple times a day.
Okay.
And even the cell service would go down. So it wasn't necessarily, even if the hotel had backup power, the cell service was still down. The internet was down.
Okay.
It had nothing to do with the hotel. It was, the provider. So then you still couldn't get on.
Ah.
That's why we came back.
So we ended up spending 4 days there instead of a week. So there are some downsides like that.
Now there must be a lot of pros because you're starting to put the Philippines into your travel habits. So what kind of pros do you guys have when it comes to the Philippines? We know the people.
Mm-hmm.
What other pros do you have as far as maybe Cebu City or anything regarding, as traffic a pro is, I know the people are, but again, you may have your own pros compared to what my pros are here in the Philippines.
Well, the cost.
Cost of living?
The cost of living. I mean, the people, that is the big thing. The cost of living is so much lower. A place like this would, cost, 7 or 8 times more in the States, in a
Okay. decent
decent place. It would cost considerably more with amenities and everything else. So the cost, is so much lower here.
Correct.
And,
what about the place where you actually live now? I know that's got to be a big pro. We just walked around and I saw the 5 pools here. The private beach you have access to. Have you guys taken advantage of that and used those?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we have.
Pool and beach and restaurants and everything.
Yeah, it's nice to go out to the beach and you can just relax. And if you want a drink, they have a bar there. You can get a drink. They have on-site restaurants. You can order something and just eat there. You don't have to go off-site looking for another restaurant.
You can stay right here.
You can
Yeah.
stay here and
there are a few bars, not only 1 or 2, and there are a few.
Yeah, I happened to notice when I walked by the pool, there's actually a bar in the pool.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can actually be sitting in the pool.
With the nice music
Yes.
and
Yes.
a very cold drink.
yeah, they had bar stools right in the water. You just sit there and you can pull yourself up and get a drink. And on the weekends they have parties and activities and at night. We haven't gone to any, but they're there.
Correct.
If you want to go to some event.
Now, Martha's from Mexico, and you guys are now in the Philippines, and you're looking to add this to your itinerary. My question would be, and I think I talked to you guys briefly about this, what are the comparisons, people-wise, culture-wise, the islands themselves compared to Mexico here in the Philippines? What's the comparisons there?
Huge.
Huge comparisons?
Well, for the beaches, yeah. For the water, yeah. For the views, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well,
All very comparable to Mexico.
Yeah. Here they're a lot better.
And I want
We're
to
better here.
interject something. I'm sorry. I had thought of this earlier, and then I got distracted. Another pro
Okay.
are the islands themselves. The water, it's so clear. The coral, if you like snorkeling, my goodness, you can see the fish. And we're not talking a couple. We're talking thousands of places you could go. There's over 7,000 islands here. Now, a lot of them are small, real small. But you can go island hopping 7, 8 islands in a day if you want.
That's correct.
And you can go snorkeling in all of those places. When you fly over, you see these islands with the turquoise water, light to blue.
You can see the coral reef from actually from the plane.
Yes, it is so beautiful. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump.
Yeah.
But that was a big pro, and I got off on the cost. And I
Yeah,
kinda forgot
that's another
to-
thing that's good too, though. That we brought that up is when you're living here in Cebu City, it is so centralized when it comes to traveling to those islands compared to like a Manila.
Yes.
Here you have not only do you have ferries, you also can drive to places like Wall. You can drive a bike or a car.
Yes.
2.5 hours away. You can be sardine swimming. You can be doing your whale sharks. Your turtle sightseeing as well. So again, those are big advantages. Then on the northern part, again, yes, that's south of Cebu. You can go to the northern parts and go like towards Bogo, catch a ferry there, and be in Bantayan Island.
That's right.
And 30-minute ferry ride.
With beautiful beaches.
Correct.
And the ferries are very inexpensive.
Yes.
too.
Very inexpensive.
And then they're fast. Sometimes they're fast.
Yeah.
So what other comparisons do you have when it comes, because I'm thinking you must love it here because of certain reasons, but since you're from Mexico, what's those good comparisons? You say, well, wow, this is just like Mexico, or maybe even a little bit better, maybe a little bit worse.
My goodness.
I know the food's better. The food's better in Mexico for you.
Yeah. That's
Oh, yeah.
number one. But the crime here is, I mean, like security, no.
It's much more secure and safer here.
You feel safer here than you do in
Oh,
Mexico.
yeah. We feel
100%.
safe. We don't worry about crime here. There's crime everywhere, as we
Exactly.
but we're not worried. I
At
mean,
all.
it's very.
Here-
we're still aware, but
It's very, it's, my goodness. It's because where I live, there always something happened, you know, or close to where I live is because the bad people.
Yes.
I don't want to say it. But here, you can't hear any of that.
yeah.
And over there, it's always, every day is always.
Something going on. Something negative going on every day. Where it's not happening here in the Philippines.
We would love to travel Mexico like we do in the Philippines.
You just can't.
We can't
We
take a
used
scooter or a motorcycle and just go and travel all these places. We can't do it.
From a safety standpoint?
From a safety standpoint, we can't do it. We will take a flight, for instance, from one city to like Mexico City or Guadalajara, but we're taking a flight and then we stay in certain places in those cities. We'll go sightseeing,
Okay.
but we stay in certain places. You know,
Which
and
is good because sometimes the bad people are in the best places that
So
you
like
can
gang
go.
related and cartels you're talking about. That's where
Yes.
the safety concerns are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But if you are into something or you are in the wrong place at the wrong time,
still
something
trouble.
happen.
Yeah.
But there are very good places to go too. Very nice. I'm not saying all everywhere is bad. No, it's some places that they're good. Some places they're bad. You can't be on the highways at nighttime because things happen.
Yeah.
But there's something good. But to feel secure here,
Huge plus.
I can feel 100%.
and we love Mexico.
Day and
Yeah.
night.
And we spend time there. We wish we could do more, but we don't always feel safe, and that is the bottom line.
Okay. Well, for the last thing here, I just want to get your final thoughts about Cebu City and your final thoughts about the Philippines. So whatever you think the viewers should be knowing about the Philippines or about Cebu City that you think they and others should know, that's a little time for you now to give those final thoughts.
Yeah,
I fell in love with the whole Philippines. I like it.
And what I say is, make sure that you have enough time. If you're coming from the States, it's going to take you a day and a half travel time. That's not recuperating. It's
correct.
going to take you a day and a half to get back. So make sure that you have enough time to actually do something. And I would say we like to, do it ourselves sometimes, but get some tours. For like snorkeling or seeing the whale sharks or the sardine run and some other stuff, so you can get a good exposure to that, and then go out on yourself to go see some of the other things. But do some of that so you can get a good view of everything, and go to some of the beaches, and just make sure that you have enough time, and any preconceived you know, understanding notions or anything. Just there's a lot of YouTubes and
Yes.
varying things. Ignore everything. Just come here. Just make sure you have enough time,
Enough money, enough pesos.
and just
Rent a scooter.
rent a scooter.
Rent a scooter so you can get
Rent it
around. Yeah.
so you can get around. And I recommend getting some tours. Also outside of Cebu City,
Correct.
you know, rent some tours just so you can get a good taste. It's if you just go to Cebu City, you've missed a lot. Cebu's great,
Yes.
but it doesn't have the snorkeling there. You
Correct.
have to go outside.
So living here in Tomboli is a huge plus because you have.
Oh, yes.
This is a resort, guys. You guys
Yes.
are living in a resort.
Yes, yes, it is.
If
And
you're not gonna go anywhere from here, it's great. But if you want to explore, go snorkeling or go to see some other places or beaches, you have to get out of here.
yeah. Yeah.
All right, we're going to end it there, guys. I appreciate you guys giving the time to come on the channel and being in front of these viewers.
Well, I want to thank you for putting this, you know, doing a video on this because we wouldn't have known about it. And we were at a point that we had been many places, but we needed more of a home base.
Yes.
And we had spent other times in other places, but nothing really was what we wanted.
So this checks all the boxes for you.
This checks all the
Yes.
boxes, and we are so thankful that you did the video on this. We appreciate that.
Exactly.
All right, well, we thank you so much to all my champions out there.
Thank
I'm giving
you.
my thumbs up right now. If you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Here's thumbs up from the guys, my two champions here in front of us. And until next time,
Subscribe.
we all three like the we all love the Philippines.
Yes.
All right, till next time, guys.